Hey there again, folks. Welcome back to Remember11, the Age of Infinity. We're still trying to tick off all the endings of the game. Most of them are bad. So, what is going on? An earthquake. No, not the earthquake, but yeah, an earthquake. They're worried about a tsunami, I remember. Oh no, she's chased after something, isn't she? Yeah, that's... Yeah, she's being chased by something. So let's head toward the main entrance. The front entrance. I might be able to get out from there, but I hesitated. To get to the front entrance, I had to pass through the living area, and I had to go through the kitchen as well. It's possible someone who had been trying to kill me was waiting along the way. We got attacked midway. Just thinking about that made my body tremble. I felt like I was about to collapse to my knees. What do? Do I go or do I stay here? I'm going. If I don't go, I'll be killed. I held my trembling body and summoned my courage. If I was going, then I would just have to make a run for it now. Couldn't afford to take my time. In a dim light, I ran, holding my body as low as I could. Ran along the wall, through the living area. Or so I thought. All of a sudden, I felt as if the ground had disappeared from under my feet. Uh-oh, there's no floor. Notice the step. There was a difference in the floor level between the living area and the kitchen. At the moment I realized that, I fell down the step. Ow. It felt painful. My entire body was racked in pain, bringing tears to my eyes. I endured the pain and stood up confused. Surveying my surroundings with care, but this time I made it to the front entrance in spite of the injured foot which I was dragging behind me. The sturdy-looking automatic door was firmly shut. Even if I stood in front of it, it didn't respond in the slightest. The power was still out. The electricity has been cut off, then the automatic door won't open. Pounding on the door, however, even if I did that, there was no way the door was going to open. And you're kind of alerting somebody. What should I do? There was nowhere to run. Straightening my posture and drawing close to the door, I furtively looked back toward the living area. Blinking in a dim light, neither kitchen nor living area held any sign of a human presence. I held my breath for a while. Nothing moved. Or else are they lying in wait somewhere? Keeping a sharp lookout, I slipped into Satori's room. Closing the door, I locked it behind me. I should be safe now. Just as relief had set in, my fear from before began to return bit by bit, and I crumpled to the ground, my strength drained. Couldn't put any power into my torso. My body quivered. The spell of tension broken, the pain in my left arm began to sharpen. Softly touching it, I felt something slippery. It was blood. I jumped. Someone was in the room. Oh, okay. We already done this. I was kind of actually expecting that to be a bad ending, to be honest. Oops. Okay, yeah. Let's climb up on the cardboard box. I guess he's looking at, fixing to look at the fuse box, right? Put my foot on the cardboard box and peered into the switchboard. There was nothing particularly suspicious there. The switches were covered in dust, but there was only one with any imprint left by any thin finger. There were no signs that it had been touched by other people. Was the breaker tripped by the earthquake after all? The moment I tried to get down from the cardboard box, bonk, my foot sank into the box. I, who had lost my balance, was thrown to the floor. My injured left arm was hit hard. Ow. Pain made me see stars. A weird scream issued from my mouth. As if to strike the final blow, the cardboard boxes began to collapse and crash down on me. I shouldn't laugh. I'm just picturing that this is a day in the life of cardboard boxes in a Chuck Norris movie / television show. When it was over, I was pinned underneath them.
大丈夫？大丈夫じゃない。痛かった。
As Uni helped me up, the pain rendered me briefly unable to speak.
もう同時だな。ココロンって本当に20歳？実は子供なんじゃないの？
Responding to Uni's line with a wry smile, I felt a sensation similar to deja vu. I'd heard a similar line in the basement of Shelter Cabin.
ユニ？何？
I challenged him with the same
あな
question.
たクローンじゃないわよね。
Wonder what the Uni here will
違
answer.
うよ。クローンじゃないってば。さっきも同じこと聞いたよね。
Oh yeah, that's right. I guess Satoru asked him. Thought I'd find a bad ending by now. I definitely thought I'd find a bad ending by now. Oh yeah, that scene. Yeah, let's get angry. Let's get angry. Gripping the newspaper in my hand, I slammed against his head as hard as I could. Wow.
何をするんだ、ユキト君。
私は冬川心です。
え、交換しちゃったの？
With my entire body's blood supply climbing up to my face, I smacked Yomogi's head over and over again. Oh wait, she did that before, didn't she? I do remember that now. She kind of started off kind of sarcastically when I chose the other one, didn't she? And then she did the same thing with the violence. I didn't think it'd be quite so difficult to get a bad ending. I did so many of them by accident. I thought trying to would be something I could do. Okay, this is different. There's a corpse. A small living being, a brown rat's corpse, had tumbled out from somewhere. His head had been cruelly crushed, causing blood to issue from its small mouth. The eerie sight made me look away reflexively. Wait a second. Did Kokoro actually ever see this? I thought it was Satoru who saw this. Pressed the hand tightly over my mouth and crouched down. No, okay, it's skipping, so.
待っててください。私も必ず手伝いますから。3分だけ待って。
I ran to where Uni was.
Uni!
Uni was lying sprawled on top of the bed. Seeing me, he made a fed-up face.
新聞なんて知らないって。
I had more or less regained my composure and went outside along with Utsumi and Hattori. Okay, to give the rat a proper burial. The moment I went outside, the cold air came crawling up from below. Oh wait, I do think I remember something like that now. Now inside the snowstorm, I couldn't see what was a few meters in front of me. Just when will it finally stop? These past 2 days, I've seen nothing but snow. The sky has been hiding behind the clouds since forever ago. It's kind of a hint, now that I'm thinking about it. It wasn't snowing at all for Satoru.
この辺りでいいでしょう。
Here, just outside the front entrance, Izumi and I started clearing the ground. Hattori eagerly started swinging the shovel downward, digging out a hole in the frozen earth. She soon became covered in sweat.
終わろうか。
Even though I offered, she shook her head from side to side. In no time, a hole about 10 centimeters deep had been opened in the earth. Izumi slowly laid down the towel that she had wrapped the rat in. On a pair of wooden chopsticks, Hattori wrote, "Rat's grave." As it wasn't easy to ride on a thin pair of wooden chopsticks, the characters were a little crooked. I'm sure we'll forgive her for that. Three of us get in a line in front of the grave and crouch down, joining our hands. Please don't let anyone else die, I prayed. That may be a little bit beyond the power of a rat buried in such a shabby grave, though. Still couldn't help but try. Even though I'd only been outside for about 10 minutes, the cold had cut into my body, rubbing my arms. I returned to Santo's room. I hadn't noticed when I was confirming the time because I was so surprised, but a note had been left on top of the table. Seriously though, I'm surprised I haven't seen a bad ending. Now we're on to the third day. That's interesting. Yeah, we're going to ignore. Good ignore. What are we ignoring? Oh, is she taking Mayuzumi's coat? There was no time to waste explaining. If I don't hurry, I won't catch up with Yomogi. Shook her hands off a little forcefully. Mayuzumi was astonished. She seemed to be at a loss for words. Turning away from Mayuzumi, I put on her coat and went toward the door. Perhaps I should have explained, I thought, but it was impossible for me to put up with her selfishness any longer. I don't follow Yomogi quickly. Saying only this, I went outside without waiting for Mayuzumi's reply. Yomogi's figure had already become as small as a grain of rice. Can I catch up? I shouted in a loud voice while furiously waving. Yomogi turned this way. Hurriedly, I took my first step into the snowfield. My feet plunged into the snow. It's deeper than I thought. I frantically advanced, following the trail Yomogi had rustled, while also making use of the ice axe I had taken. Still, I became all sweaty before catching up with Yomogi, and yet the distance I had covered was just about 200 meters. It's so difficult walking through the snow. I want to take off the hot coat. I want to drop onto the snow and feel its coldness on my face. Yomogi was waiting silently. Oh yeah, it's already a freaking skill. This would be one where it would be interesting to see what happens if you go on, but I'm going to go ahead and go back. I thought it might be better to do as Yomogi said, because he's an expert and I'm merely an amateur. I should obey Yomogi, who knows how terrifying a mountain can be. I dejectedly began to go back the way I came. Mayuzumi's angry voice greeted me upon my return to the cabin. It could be heard from the other side of the closed door. The door had been shut and locked. Oh no. Mayuzumi seemed to be misunderstanding something.
Mayuzumi-san.
I tried calling out, but there was no answer. Jeez. With no other options, heaved a sigh and once again set out after Yomogi. Okay, looks like we caught up with him anyway. I don't know what difference going back made rather than going on. Or stay quiet. That's a new image. think I remember saying it. Yomagi shrugged his shoulders as I stayed silent. Shouldering his backpack, he stood next to me, who was staring vacantly at the side.
27人が死んだ。君にこの意味がわかるかい？
I buried my face in my knees. If I didn't, I'd scream.
息子がいたんだ。でも今はもういない。
I felt the loneliness and sorrow in Yomogi's voice. He was talking about this afterwards, wasn't he?
僕はずっと考えてるんだ。あの時の出来事は一体何を意味していたんだろうって。人間の命に意味があるなら死にもきっと何かの意味が込められているはずだ。僕はそう思いたい。もしも命に意味がない。
With that, Yomogi closed his mouth. The sound of his teeth grating reached my ears. I looked up at Yomogi, but he had already turned his back to me.
ここにはもう何もない。
Spitting those words out, he began to walk off. Nothing left. Only death. Only that. The deaths of the 27 people I had gotten on the plane with weighed heavily on me. Why had I survived? I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I didn't understand why I was apologizing. Even though I had held it back for so long, the moment I started apologizing in my heart, tears started to flow. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. The tears wouldn't stop. Oh, I thought that was actually went outside. It's like, man, that picked up. It's not even supposed to do anything today. Besides the place I was crouching, the powdery snow danced on the wind. It was as if a throng of souls had come to attend the funeral. A pleasant thought. Then the door of the cabin burst open and Mayuzumi came flying out. Anger is written all over her face. Man, she's talented to be able to write that backwards. Do they even have a mirror in there? Like A N G E. Wait, no. Yeah, I managed that. Was that backwards? Then A N. Sure, it's not literal. In anticipation of her shrill screams, I felt even more depressed. Following Mayuzumi, Yuri came out as well. Yomogi waves one of his big hands. Here he comes. Bewilderment showed on Yomogi's face at her sudden sharp words.
一体なんだ？
Mayuzumi drew closer to us with a truly terrifying forcefulness.
何が帰ったぞだよ。バカにすんな。
She suddenly glared at me. With too much force, I instinctively stepped back.
あんたムカつくのよ。何様のつもり？私はただ。うるさい。
She prodded me in the chest, making me stagger.
いいこぶるんじゃね
おい、やめないか。
When it seemed I was right on the verge of being struck again, Yomogi stopped
え。
Mayuzumi.
話せ。
やめろって。
She's in a full Nelson, yet Mayuzumi still tries to grab at me. Full Nelson, is that a wrestling term? The state she was in, all I could do was yell to her.
ごめんなさい。ちゃんと説明しなかったのは謝ります。謝って済むなら警察いらねえんだよ。
落ち着け。
Yomogi too had finally realized why Mayuzumi
湯
was so
川さんを
upset.
責めるのはよせ。
くそ。
Still sounding like she was angry at me, but even so, Mayuzumi settled down at last. Yomogi explains that we'd been to the crash
初めから
site.
そう言えばいいのよ。どんな気持ちかわかる？見捨てられたと思ったのよ。こっちの身にもなりやがれ。ごめんなさい。
Mayuzumi clicked her tongue and turned away. A feeble voice. When I looked over, Uni was standing frozen there with tears dripping from his eyes. It's not just Mayuzumi. I upset Uni too. I deeply regretted my own carelessness. Couldn't find the words to say
ほら
anything.
泣くな。
While gently stroking Yuni's head, Yomogi spoke with forced
土産を
cheer.
持ってきてやったんだから。これユニのだろ。飛行機の中で遊んでたからさ。
Yomogi reached into his backpack and brought out the worn-out teddy bear, which he handed to Yuni. Taking hold of it, the light returned to Yuni's face.
僕の TV
ああ、耳が片方取れちゃってちょっと騒ぎになっちゃったけど。
Forgot about that. Oh, my tuberculosis. I'm sure he's not really saying that. He hugged the teddy bear with all his might. With the back of his hand, he scrubbed away the tears. And then he smiled like an angel.
ありがとうやった
I was relieved to see him that way. Even though it's just on the surface, I'm glad he regained his vitality.
はいわーい
Hmm. We're seeing new stuff. Okay, this might actually be something where something actually happens now. We get an ending. Which is the point what we're trying to do here. So I'll see you in the next one. Do sincerely hope you guys enjoyed it. Yeah, a bit of a cliffhanger there. Can't remember. Yeah, my logic was that I didn't duck before because there being in Satoru's body and him being taller, she wouldn't duck enough. I think was so. I guess next time we'll see if that logic was true. See you then, folks.